Improve your agency's culture to retain more staff. First, we'll meet the presenter. Then we're going to cover understanding the significance, what impacts culture in the workplace, changes that you need to make, and finally, the takeaway. So let me introduce you to Sharon Williams, BSN, RN, LNC. Sharon is a bachelor's degree nurse, legal nurse consultant, and home health home care CEU provider and consultant. Sharon's nursing experience includes 10 years at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital and 20 years in home health, going from field nurse to the Director of Clinical Services for several agencies, Staff Development Coordinator and Case Manager at a SNF, and now a home health care consultant, owner of Optimal Healthcare Solutions. So here we go with Lesson 1. Understanding the significance of agency office culture for hiring and retaining staff. Agency culture is almost always overlooked and difficult to define. As you work to ensure that your agency moves in the direction that you want it to, it's important that you understand, assess, and shape the culture your agency is headed in. Agency office culture includes, but is not limited to, the values, beliefs, attitudes, norms, symbols, assumptions, language, habits, and systems of a business in general. Agency culture is a term I created to cover all of the factors that are combined to create your agency's atmosphere and mission. An agency's culture is created by the owner or administrator rather than the staff. While your employees may spread or hinder the culture, the owner or administrator has the power to define and create it. As the leader of the agency, you are responsible for choosing the values, beliefs, attitudes, atmosphere, energy, and more. It will be up to you to determine what type of culture you want and then hire staff that fit with your pre-existing vision. What is office culture? Office culture is the character and personality of your agency. It is what makes your agency unique according to your values, traditions, beliefs, interactions, behaviors, and attitudes. Office culture is so important in building your agency because it either strengthens or undermines your objectives. The biggest mistake organizations make is letting their workplace culture form naturally without first defining what they want it to be. The rise of the toxic work culture. A lot of negative energy, gossip, power struggles, and staff quitting happens when there is no positive control or positive workplace culture present. The lack of commitment to your staff is statistically one of the biggest reasons for a lack of employee retention in an agency. The lack of leadership will impact all your employees, and your unengaged employees are more likely to quit even if you pay them more. Let's go over a few things you should be aware of that is toxic work culture. 1. You have a higher percentage of people calling in or no-shows. 2. You have a high employee turnover. 3. Low morale of your best employees. 4. You allow staff and supervisors to harass and bully other staff members. 5. You love to micromanage your staff. 6. Little to no freedom of communication. 7. Employee opinions are not valued. 8. Office politics. 9. Engagement. A lack of engagement is statistically one of the biggest reasons for poor employee retention in any organization. It impacts all your employees, and unengaged employees are more likely to quit even if they are well paid. 10. Hearing gossip around the office. Gossip wasn't cool in high school, and it's not appropriate in any professional setting. Gossip results in clique-like behaviors that are undesirable in the workplace. These work to divide your workforce and turn employees against each other, creating an atmosphere of distrust. And finally, number 11. You have staff who are always late or absent. If you have excessive tardiness or high rates of absenteeism week after week, these are very clear signs that you have a poor workplace culture. Being tardy shows that your employees are lazy, disengaged, and just simply don't want to be there. If employees are frequently calling in sick to the office, then they are most likely disinterested and not very passionate about their work. Now that we've covered why bad workplace culture is directly linked to poor employee retention, let's learn what makes great workplace culture to draw everyone you want to work for you. Moving on to Lesson 2 now. What impacts culture in the workplace? The answer is everything. A multitude of factors plays a role in developing workplace culture, including leadership, and the way you communicate and interact with employees, how you communicate and emphasize your vision for the future, what your staff celebrates and recognizes, what you expect from your employees, how your staff makes decisions, the extent to which your staff is trusted, and the beliefs they reinforce. Workplace culture is made up of everyone's experiences that each employee brings to the agency and is influenced by the agency's founder, executives, or other managerial staff because of their decision-making role and strategic direction. Let's look at why workplace culture is so important. A positive culture is significant, especially because it can attract talent. Job candidates evaluate your organization and its climate. A strong, positive, clearly defined, and well-communicated office culture attracts talent that fits. It drives engagement and retention. Culture impacts how employees interact with their work and your organization. It impacts happiness and satisfaction. Research shows that employee happiness and satisfaction are linked to a strong workplace culture. It affects performance. Organizations with strong cultures outperform their competitors financially and are generally more successful. So here are some steps for getting more in tune with your workplace culture. You can give out some questionnaires to your employees regarding what they see in the agency that may make for a poor workplace. Ask them, what do they seek as a positive workplace? Do they have issues with gossip? Turning in paperwork late? Are people who are quitting feeling valued? And ask yourself, why did you start your agency? Was workplace culture an issue? A positive workplace culture will foster engagement and effort among your employees. A negative workplace culture will overemphasize punishment, whereas a good workplace culture emphasizes reward. Rewarding employees who strive to go above and beyond or to innovate and help out their coworkers should feel appreciated with promotions or special recognition. Nothing can squash a company's culture more than feelings of underappreciation. Studies reveal that a third of job seekers would let go of their perfect job if workplace culture wasn't a good fit. And over 70% of workers cited corporate culture as an important factor influencing their decision to work at another company. What is your agency culture like? No matter if you have been in business for a few months or for many years, it's wise to periodically evaluate the culture of your agency. As the leader of your agency, you need to take time to look around your office to observe how your staff interacts with one another and review the supervisory questionnaires for your PCWs. If you don't know the culture of your agency, read questionnaires from your clients and observe the office staff. Ask yourself the following: what are the common behaviors of my employees? Would my employees go elsewhere if they had the opportunity? Do I notice a lot of gossip or distrust among my employees? Study your agency for a month and ask yourself, why is the staff leaving? Money isn't always the answer. Your agency culture dictates how your staff handle problems, interact with others, and carry themselves throughout the day. This is why it is important to set the agency's culture tone as early as possible as a leader or manager. Let's move on to Lesson 3. Changes I need to make to my agency's current workplace environment. How do you change the office culture in your agency and create a positive workplace culture? A positive culture is significant, especially because it attracts talent. Job candidates evaluate your organization and its climate. A strong, positive, clearly defined, and well-communicated culture attracts staff that fits. It drives engagement and retention. Agency culture impacts how staff interact with their clients and your agency. It impacts happiness and satisfaction. Research shows that employee happiness and satisfaction are linked to a strong workplace culture. It affects performance. Organizations with strong cultures outperform their competitors financially and are generally more successful. Good leadership skills. Lead with confidence. Learn how to be a good leader. Learn how to operate a successful business. Showing your staff that you are confident in operating your agency leads to your staff being confident in you. Learn to communicate positively with your staff. Staff want to communicate openly and share ideas with their leader while feeling valued. Share your agency goals with your staff and how important they are in implementing your goals. Establish core values. You need to create your mission and values. Try to incorporate these values into everything the agency does. Having good core values can add significance and drive to your employees' work habits, which can improve work performance and motivation. Ensure all employees understand your agency's goals. Goal setting can give employees purpose and motivation. Recognize good work. Rewarding your staff for great work performance will make them feel appreciated and continue producing quality work and care. People who get recognized for their hard work oftentimes become more motivated, engaged, and loyal to the company. Employee recognition can be as simple as verbal praise, reward systems for meeting goals, bonuses, Employee of the Month, awards like gift cards, and extra time off. Encourage social activities and collaboration. You can create a workplace that meets employees' social needs by having group activities. Try to help your employees get to know one another and form friendships by hosting events and meetings. Company culture that promotes positive work relationships also may benefit from higher morale and performance and better teamwork. Be inclusive. Promote inclusivity and diversity by hiring people of all backgrounds and cultures. Consider creating diversity initiatives that educate employees and establish inclusion as one of the organization's core values. Provide opportunities for growth. Give your employees the tools and opportunities to learn new skills and develop professionally. Companies with growth opportunities have better employee satisfaction and productivity. Consider establishing clear ways for employees to get promotions, which you can base on their performance evaluations. Promoting from within will let employees know upward mobility in the agency is possible. An organization's professional development plan might include attending training programs, mentorships, lunch and learn activities, meetings to determine employee goals and help them achieve those goals, letting new employees know during orientation about the possibility of them being promoted to another position in the agency. Remember, a positive culture is supportive and makes employees feel like they have the resources and assistance to accomplish their tasks. And for our final takeaway, key takeaways: better employee engagement, higher productivity, decreased employee turnover, and increased employee satisfaction and loyalty. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, please consider joining. The link will be provided. You can check us out on Alignable or visit my LinkedIn profile, Home Health Consultant. You can also visit my website at www.homehealthtrainer.com or email me at homehealthconsultant@hotmail.com.